You're now tuned in to By the Dipshits exclusive content. This is part 3 of a 3-part interview with O.D.B. last manager Jarred Weisfeld. Before we jump into the interview, By the Dipshits want to give a special thanks to our sponsors. What is Galaxy Wells? Galaxy is a metaphor which represents infinite space. Their goal is to dominate the infinite space in the digital publishing universe. Wells are the major corporation that possess endless amounts of content. What do? They turn content into currency in the digital space, the home of the NFTs. You want to keep your ownership and intellectual property? Then stop what you're doing and go to galaxywells.com. Now I'm back to By the Dipshits.
Royalties are king.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Nah, it definitely makes sense. Truly. I mean, if you did what I think you did, then the royalties should definitely come in with not an issue at all. I mean, because if you took and licensed all of those and then you guys are putting them and placing them, in these particular platforms, and you guys are going to be receiving streaming money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what were they doing prior? Like, were they generating something, or they was just like sitting goose, wasn't doing anything?
No, they were sitting there. No, they were generating stuff, but what you do is like you go to the people that have the content and you say, hey,
right,
like I want shows that you've never put out before. Like,
oh my
how
God,
much is it going to cost me, right? So,
it's a wrap.
That's the kind of stuff that you do, and it takes probably about 2-3 years to build up an audience, and then it takes off, right? You can't expect like you're going to put it up on a Monday and all of a sudden on Tuesday it's going to explode. It builds up, right? So somebody's like, hey, did you hear Abbott and Costello on Alexa? And then you go, hey, Alexa, play Abbott and Costello. And then all of a sudden it starts playing like Who's on First, right? So that one that they play is most likely mine, right? So that's and my friends. So that's that's the model. That's the model that I personally like is royalties and royalty streams, because I know how valuable they are. And then one day if I, and then you don't even have to, you don't have to retire off of royalty streams. You just keep getting them.
Right. Yeah,
right.
Nah,
So
that makes sense.
in essence, it's like a retirement plan.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is.
Yeah. So that's the way I look at it. It's like no matter what you do, as long as you could put X out there, then that'll work.
So Jarred, what would you say you consider success?
What do I consider a success?
Yeah.
On parole with O.D.B, I would say would be my biggest success. Besides having getting married and having 2 children, I would say the On Parole with O.D.B was my biggest success. First thing I ever did.
Okay.
That's big. That was huge, actually.
Yeah. So, I'll tell you, like, I'm going to be honest with you. As soon as we get off this thing, I'm going to go tell my wife to go get me some elderberries. And I'm not lying either. I had COVID a couple of weeks ago, and I wish I had some elderberries.
Hey, look, everybody done had COVID by now. They should have.
Huh?
Yeah.
If they didn't, good luck.
Yeah. My best friend got COVID, and he was saying to me, he's like, man, 2 years in my house, and this is what this fucking thing was. He's like, I got a cold. I was like, yeah. He's like, but he's like, man, it could have been. He's like, I guess it could have been a lot worse. But his point was kind of like, I've been cramped up for 2 years. I'm ready to like get on with my life, and I just got a cold. And that's not downplaying COVID by any means, because a lot of people died from COVID.
Right.
But
we don't actually know what everybody's catching now, because, none of the tests can differentiate between what's COVID, what's the cold.
Common cold.
Or what's tap water.
Or with tap water. No, that's true. All of it is true.
Or the flu Rona. Don't you remember in the beginning, Elon Musk took like a soda can and did a couple of like swabs on a soda can, and like 2 times it came up
he
positive.
did like 6 up. Yeah, he did like
2 times it came out negative.
You see that?
Yeah.
Inconsistent.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it's the coronavirus is like, so I don't know, like you guys don't know me that well, but like, part of the thing about Dirty and I, which was really funny, is he was called Old Dirty Bastard, and I was known as like I'm a complete and utter germ freak. I mean, like utter germ freak. I have been forever.
Right.
Like I walk around with like sanitizers. My house like literally is like a Purell factory. And so like everybody always knew, like I didn't shake hands. I didn't do any of that stuff. I'd give like a fist bump. So that was one of the things that Dirty and I were about, difference about us. And so I'm sitting here and like, right? So I'm like wearing my masks. I got like all these like hand sanitizers. I got everything prepared, right? And everybody's like, I've been social distancing for years, right? Like 20 years I've been social distancing for. Like, I'm like, I can't get this thing, right? I got the hand sanitizer. I got the mask. I'm social distancing. Nothing. Bam, hit me like nothing. My kids, not even a booger, nothing. With the coronavirus, my kids don't even have a booger. But
yeah, the kids are aliens now. They can survive through anything.
Yeah, which makes me think like the corona, like they must have had it at some point, right? Because like they say everybody's gonna get it at some point, right? I mean,
at the end of the day, what happened to the common cold?
Yeah.
Well, that's what people are getting tested for. And they're getting tested, and that's coming back. The common cold is coming back as COVID. So, absolutely. COVID. Now, I'm going to say that, getting the jab at 5 years old is what they're promoting right now. And at first it was 11 to 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds or whatever. Now, as they have come out with, a whole solution or whatever you want to call that. So 5-year-olds can get the jab. That's crazy in itself to me, man. I'm sorry.
How many 5-year-olds did we hear about getting COVID?
Not one. So with that being said.
Well, I know an infant that right now, and they just had like a little 101 fever and the sniffles, right? So, and they're fine.
But isn't that normal?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Well, you want, right? You want kids to get like 8 to 10 colds a year for like the first couple of years of their life, right? To build up some immunity.
Right. Absolutely.
So that should go with the same with people, right? That's the reason why we're still here, because of our
that's one of the big things, natural immunity. That's
right.
Natural immunity is like the original vaccination.
Period.
It's I'm just saying it's different. It's a weird time we live in, and it's not what I thought would have been, 20 years ago when they're whatever they did. When I was 22 years old, like if you would have told me something like this would happen, I would have thought you were crazy. But then again, 20 years ago, if you told me that I was going to manage Old Dirty Bastard, I would have thought you were crazy. So it comes full circle.
This new life of change that we all experience, this is the first for a lot of people to witness what we all witness, you know what I'm saying, or witnessing. And it's never going to go back to the same for those who think that it's possibly going to go back to the same. And I'm not saying just with the whole jab and this whole corona thing, but just overall.
I'm just telling you straight up, when my wife listens to this podcast, she's going to leave me and marry one of you guys.
Nah.
I'm saying, like, you guys got the elderberry, you got all this stuff, all this knowledge. My wife is into the vitamins and
that's JC.
And all that kind of stuff.
That's JC all day, man. JC is a holistic guy, man, and just off our shows, man. We this whole healthy nair thing. We have a whole company. It's based off just, you can't be those who just strive and pushing themselves to be the top at their whatever, whether it's being multimillionaire, whether it's top at their game, but no one concentrate on health. And that's the biggest thing. You want millions and you want to be a millionaire, you should first be a healthy nair. You know what I'm saying? because without health, you have nothing. That is your biggest and greatest asset. You know what I mean?
And
So
also, I think,
that is your wealth. People don't realize how important their health is, no matter how much money they have, until they're lying on their deathbed.
that's an absolute fact,
And
man.
they will actually spend all their money just to get well.
That's crazy. It's the opposite. You hear that? That is the opposite of what most people do. You know, you spend all of your money to get well, but you don't spend just a portion of your money to keep healthy. How crazy is that? You know what I'm saying? It's always the opposite, man. And on that note, I want to say, you know, Jarred, you have to let everybody know where to get your book. If you're on social media, let everybody know your social media platforms where they could get a hold of you. Maybe somebody else want to interview, man. This is your first interview since how long?
Oh, probably 20 years.
Wow, man, this is a blessing for By the Dipshits. I mean, you know, on, you know, our podcast.
Not 20 years, probably 17 years.
Well, you gave us all 17 years of it right now.
This is exclusive.
And a lot of this stuff nobody's ever heard before.
This is exclusive, and yeah, and we're gonna promote it. And this is gonna be something that a lot of other platforms are gonna take it, and who knows what they're gonna do with it. When I say that, people chop and screw and do all the things that they do, but we're not into that. We're into giving the truth and allowing those who listen to us to learn from experts, in a sense, and you are considered an expert.
So you could buy the book on Amazon.
Okay.
It's called Go the Bark to Work. It's written by Bark Twain. And you can go to gothebarktowork.com. But I would buy it off of Amazon because this Dogecoin thing, figure. I want it, like, you know, every hook, right? And I think Dogecoin, like accepting this book in Dogecoin is a good hook, right? Who knows? But I think this book's well, it's really, really, really funny. It's got great drawings. My team did a lot of hard work into getting this book prepared. So I'm excited about it. But no, social media, I don't know how you guys do it, but I have social media. I got LinkedIn, that's about it. I find it to be rather dangerous.
Right.
My only advice I can give to the youth of today is stay off of social media. Anything. Don't post anything. It'll come back to haunt you later on in life.
Hey, that's ultimately the truth in some cases, depending on what you're posting.
Oh, yeah. But anyhow, I appreciate you guys.
We definitely appreciate you, man, giving us an exclusive interview after 17 years and coming out and, you know, jumping on By the Dipshits, man. We definitely appreciate it.
I'm going elderberry.
He's still talking elderberry.
I'm not mad at him.
I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick again, JC.
Hey,
no, I feel you, bro.
Gotta get elderberry.
Some echinacea.
Black seed oil. You need black seed oil, elderberry.
We got a show coming up.
No joking around. My wife just bought that stuff like 2 weeks ago.
Which one? Which one?
Black seed oil.
So, Jarred, check this out. Check this out. Next week, we got a show coming up with a black seed oil
CEO,
importer, distributor, and manufacturer, and he's going to go in on all the properties of black seed oil.
Black seed oil, and how powerful it is.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that show.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely listen.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I mean, my speak about my wife. My wife does the all the vitamins. She's a big believer in that for her health, and you know, I think the key for her for getting through coronavirus, to be honest with you, is all these vitamins, and you know, her, you know, started walking started exercising more every day.
Yep.
Because she was preparing herself.
Because you know what she's doing when she's doing all of that? She is building up her immune system. Because remember, your immune system is your military. That's your own personal military. So imagine when you give your immune cells nutrients, because that's all they want. They want nutrients. That's like a clip to a gun.
Yeah.
You heard me?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm just telling you, like, she's done everything she possibly can. You know, vitamins and the walking and all that stuff. No, she's got the same exact thing as you, right? Her beliefs are that the vitamin walking and exercising will is the ultimate for her for viruses.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Listen, this has been a great conversation. And for those out there who would like to be interviewed on By the Dipshits, you know, you can email us at bythedipshits@gmail.com. And of course, as I mentioned earlier in an interview, that we do have a reusable crypto course that we believe that if you're a newcomer and you really want to educate yourself and get yourself up to speed to this new financial world of what's about to happen and what's going on, which is the now and the future, definitely grab our course. It's at www.bythedipshits.com. And yeah, you know, do yourself some justice, man. Grab it and hope that you're able to learn. And I'm sure you will, you know, because it's easy. And not only is it easy, it's interactive. Thanks again, Jarred. Definitely appreciate
thank you guys so much. This is the latest I've stayed up in a long time.
Trust me, it's all worth it, man. It's all worth it, man, because that story, your story definitely is going to touch some people. And it may ruffle some feathers, or, you know, people may understand and get who you are as a person and who you were in the sense of, you know, managing Old Dirty Bastard, man, which is a legend, man. He's a legend. I love Dirty.
The best.
Absolutely. Thanks again, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks. Bye.
By the Dipshits. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.
By the Dipshits, premium content streaming everywhere. By the Dipshits, premium content streaming everywhere.